This episode is sponsored by Google. It's Safer Internet Day. We sign into dozens of online accounts each day, and using strong, unique passwords is critical to keeping them safe. Luckily, Google Password Manager makes this easy by helping you create and securely save strong passwords for the sites and apps you use. So try Google Password Manager and make today safer listening, shopping, streaming day. You get the idea. Get started at passwords.google.
Love is in the air and the aisles at Whole Foods Market. Head in now for the love affair and make it a memorable Valentine's Day with great deals on finds like animal welfare certified New York strip steaks and sweets from the bakery. Set the mood with fresh, beautiful flowers from Whole Foods Market, where Prime members can pick up a double dozen bunch of roses for just $24.99 from February 8th through the 14th. Shop in-store or online. Terms apply. Fall in love at Whole Foods Market.
This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 2033. Why Having a Taste for Fat May Help Reduce Obesity, by Dr. Jenny Brockis of drjennybrockis.com. And I'm Dr. Neil, your very own personal narrator. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Optimal Health Daily. Remember, this is one of just a few podcasts in the world where blogs are read to you. And on this show, you get the added bonus of hearing my commentary at the end. Oh, and another bonus, on Fridays, I answer your questions. Now to check out our other shows, just search for Optimal Living Daily wherever you're hearing this. And with that, let's get to today's post and start optimizing your life. Why Having a Taste for Fat May Help Reduce Obesity, by Dr. Jenny Brockis of drjennybrockis.com. In 2010, researchers from Deakin University in Australia announced the discovery of a sixth taste sense. Yes, you may know we can distinguish sweet, salty, sour, and bitter, but did you know we have a taste sense for umami, for protein-rich foods? Now, we also know we have taste buds that are sensitive to the amount of fat we eat in our food. So why is this relevant to obesity? The latest research indicates that if we are overweight and consume a lot of fat in our diet, our ability to taste that fat is diminished. Normally, if we eat a high-fat food, our body is able to detect the large intake of calories. Our body's satiety kicks in, and we stop eating. But this doesn't happen if you regularly eat a lot of high-fat foods. You lose your fat taste sensitivity, so you carry on eating, and oops, here comes the weight gain. That explains why if you haven't had a fatty meal for a while, and then you have something like fish and chips, you may struggle to eat it because it, quote, tastes greasy or fatty. If, however, you were eating deep-fried foods regularly, then you wouldn't notice that fatty taste as much. In this study, the researchers worked with a group of normal weight people and a group of those with overweight or obesity. Each group were put on first a low-fat diet for 4 weeks and then a high-fat diet for 4 weeks. Their ability to taste fatty foods was tested before and after both diets. Putting everyone on a low-fat diet increased an individual's ability to detect fat in the food they were eating, regardless of their body size. However, when on the high-fat diet, those who were already overweight or obese did not show a change in their sensitivity to fat, whereas those in the normal weight group did. The researchers are hopeful that it may become possible to help train people, especially those who may be overweight or obese, to develop their taste sensitivity for fat, which would help them achieve weight loss. The researchers also noted that those in the overweight and obese group as a whole consumed more meat and more dairy foods, both of which tend to contain a higher level of fat. Dietary fat intake in the U.S. I recently spent time in Los Angeles, which was wonderful. I met so many amazing people, and it was so much fun. During that time, I was really curious to see what the American diet was actually like, and I have to confess to some preconceived notions. My observations from my limited time there and exposure to a very small representation of local menus was that American portion sizes are way too big. Ordering a salad for one, it would arrive in a serving dish sufficient to feed 4. One evening at a restaurant while people watching, a favorite pastime of mine, I observed a group of 3 men order buffalo wings, which are basically deep-fried chicken wings, the ubiquitous burger and fries, and kebabs. Okay, so we're talking about a lot of high-fat foods. The portions when they arrived were huge, and the men all tucked in with gusto. They then called the server back and ordered Yes, you guessed it, another round of the same, and then a third round. Perhaps they hadn't read this latest research on fat taste sensitivity. Should food suppliers provide a health warning on certain foods? In Japan, eating fugu fish comes with a warning. If it has not been correctly prepared, death may result. Should we be putting health warnings on those high-fat, high-salt, high-sugar foods, which if consumed in excess, can lead to obesity, heart disease, and diminished brain function? Obesity is a risk factor for poor brain health and dementia. It is a growing health problem globally as well. I leave you with a couple of items that I came across recently. This highlights the issue of poor nutrition being advertised to the unsuspecting public. At the State Wisconsin Fair, you can order deep-fried butter. Yes, this goes one step further than the deep-fried camembert that was popular at one time in the 1970s. It comes as a wonton dusted with powdered sugar. Then there is the deep-fried beer, which is served as a ravioli, or perhaps you'd like the bacon sundae, which is vanilla ice cream, pancake syrup, and topped with bacon bits. If you're overweight or obese and consuming these high-fat items, then your ability to actually taste the fat they contain may be reduced. Your body may not be able to distinguish when it's received enough calories, so you keep eating. Plus, of course, there's the additive side effect of eating excess fat, which is another issue altogether. You just listened to the post titled, Why Having a Taste for Fat May Help Reduce Obesity by Dr. Jenny Brockis of drjennybrockis.com.
Love is in the air and the aisles at Whole Foods Market. Head in now for the love affair and make it a memorable Valentine's Day with great deals on finds like animal welfare certified New York strip steaks and sweets from the bakery. Set the mood with fresh, beautiful flowers from Whole Foods Market, where Prime members can pick up a double dozen bunch of roses for just $24.99 from February 8th through the 14th. Shop in-store or online. Terms apply. Fall in love at Whole Foods Market.
Think about someone who has changed your life for the better. How incredible would it be if your company could find more of those life-changing people right when you needed them? If you're hiring, you need Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform helping over 3 million businesses worldwide to do it all. Don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates. Over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates the moment they sponsor a job. I especially love Indeed's Instant Match feature because candidates you invite to apply through Instant Match are 3 times more likely to apply to your job than candidates who only see it in search, according to US Indeed data. Indeed knows that finding people with the right skills makes all the difference when you're hiring a team of one. Visit Indeed.com/health to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/health. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Cost per application pricing not available for everyone. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Dr. Neal here for my commentary. I really shouldn't be too surprised by the findings Dr. Brockis reported. Don't get me wrong, they're fascinating and potentially really important. But let's think about it for a second. When we consume less fat, we may find that over time, we become more sensitive to its taste. It's kind of like building up a tolerance to something. But we've seen how taste sensitivity, dare I say taste tolerance, can be influenced by our diets. If you've ever tried going low salt or low sodium for a while, you might have experienced something similar. Meaning after some time, you may find that most foods, especially those that are packaged or restaurant foods, seem to taste way too salty now. With some patients, I've experienced those that go low added sugar, and they find that when they have a packaged sugary dessert, they find it's far too sweet. So again, these results in hindsight shouldn't seem too surprising, but it will be interesting to see as time goes on whether more studies find similar results. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a subscriber or follower of the show. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.